Hi traders and welcome to the daily recap show for today, which is Tuesday the 18th of January. So we said that the FTSE had broken out above the 75.62 to 71 zone yesterday and then hit the initial target overnight. We did say that 75.62 to 71 could provide support in the first test, but if we got acceptance below there, we could look for support at 74.98 to 75.08. So let's go and see how the market played out today. Okay, so as you can see from the open, we pushed down and we did push into this 75.62 to 71 zone. We did actually get a reversal signal here, and this was a trade that we took, which actually just triggered us in by the spread as well before reversing and taking us out. So that was slightly unfortunate, or not what we wanted or not what we expected, but unfortunately that is the way trading goes sometimes. So as you can see, that was a losing trade. As soon as we got below here, I sort of felt we could probably open up and move down to that sort of 7,500 region, which I would have looked for a buy from. But we didn't quite get down there. We are still overall very bullish on the FTSE, so I wasn't too keen on sales. And as you can see, price action was actually quite choppy around that zone all day, so it wasn't very well respected. There was a bit of a reversal signal here, which you might have been able to get 1-to-1 out of before you got back to the moving averages, but that wasn't a trade I would have taken, as like I say, I am still overall bullish in the market. So I was looking for a move back down to that sort of 7,500 area, which we didn't see. So that's the FTSE. Now let's go take a look at the DAX today. Okay, so with the DAX, we said it was a little bit range bound, but we had initial support at 15,830 to 845. But if we got a sustained break below, we could see moves down to 700 to 725 support. So let's now go and see what happened on the DAX today. Okay, so on the DAX, you can see we got this extremely strong push down on the open here into this 830 to 845, and we said that was the initial support, but you can see there was actually no reversal pattern in this area here before we really pushed down. And we said if we saw acceptance and a sustained break below there, it would open up and move down to the 700 support zone. As you can see, we did actually just break the 700 support zone before we then put in this nice impulsive move and a false break pattern. We then held this zone on a retest here, and then again here to show that as support. So the market played out as we sort of expected. We didn't get the reversal pattern there, but we did once we broke. You could have got short in here to target down towards this 700 zone, and then we got the false break pattern of that 700 zone to set support for the day. Now I'm going to show you a trade that we took in a second on DAX. As you can see, we then did later on this afternoon, we have retested this breakdown area and held it as resistance. So that shows a little bit of weakness in the market. So we'll have to see what happens overnight, and we'll react to that in the reports tomorrow. But now I'm going to show you a higher time frame trade that we took on the DAX, if you bear with me 1 second. Okay, so when you start seeing impulsive price action like this, it's always good to move up a higher time frame, just to make sure you don't get chopped out of the market, as it can offer better signals, and you're fighting against a strong order flow in the market. So it's always better to move up a time frame. Now, as you can see, this is very aggressive because it's not really a false break pattern, but we've got this reversal here, and the reversal was, and the entry was back above the into the zone. Now the reason that we took this one was because it had taken out an old swing low that we had identified in the market from a few weeks ago. So again, it had created that liquidity grab, not just around that zone, but around a previous swing low in the market. So we liked that trade. It was higher time frame context. We had that as a support zone and a higher time frame support zone, and then we actually entered that. And what we actually did with this one, we if I show you, so we had our stop below the low there at 65. We entered at 713. Now with this one, we felt because it was against such a strong trend down, we wanted to risk manage this trade. So we scaled out of the position a little bit around this 43 area, which then allowed for us to pay for a stop and move our stop up to 83, which was there. And as you can see, that was a nice area to have a stop because it was back below that zone. So if we had then come and traded back below that zone, I felt the trade was wrong, and therefore I was happy to come out for a break-even trade. Now, because we was fairly aggressive with our profit target, our scaling out and half profits target, we actually had we extended our full target to 15,790. Now, the reason that we did that was because it was a front run of this zone, which could potentially be support, and we also had the dynamic resistance of the moving averages on the execution time frame. So, because it was such an impulsive move down, you could always there's always a chance that when you revisit the moving averages, that you see a continuation pattern of the trend. So, impulsive move down, push up. We had dynamic resistance and a zone of resistance there as confluence. So we just wanted to front run that a little bit, and we exited at 15,790, which, as you can see, it did actually see a bit of a reaction from before actually pushing higher. And again, that's that reversal signal from that zone today. So that's just a little tip as well. When you start seeing these sorts of impulsive moves and you want to use the higher time frame support and resistance zones, just move up a time frame for your execution as well for your signals, just so that you don't get chopped out of the market. So I hope you found this useful, guys, and I'll speak to you again tomorrow. Cheers.